Hi, this is Matt with Inmate Search Info. Today we're going to be looking at how to find New Hampshire inmates. The New Hampshire Department of Corrections offers an inmate search based on a name. Some states offer the ability to do a Department of Corrections ID number if you happen to have that, but New Hampshire is name only. One of the reasons for that may be that New Hampshire only has about 2,700 inmates, so there isn't a massive amount, so the ability to kind of narrow it down is not, I guess, critical. In fact, when I did the usual search that I do for Inmate Search Info, I got no results, which was a very common name, Michael Smith. So actually, one of the things they do that not every state does is that they will let you search by a partial, so you can do just the last name, or you can do first initial. You can even do just part of a last name if you're not entirely sure how it's spelled. So that's one of the benefits, I guess, of having a smaller prison population. So we'll put in this J. Smith and see what we get here. All right, so unlike some of the other states, New Hampshire is not offering a photo of the individual. You are able to see an age, though not a date of birth. So the age hopefully is enough for you to be able to make your determination if you found the right person. And then you also have the facility where they're located. There isn't a link to that facility. There isn't direct contact information or directions, but those are things we have at Inmate Search Info, and if you check out the link below, you'll be able to see that. So if you find the results you're looking for but need a little more, you can check out our site for that. You are able to see case numbers, though not actual crimes themselves. So there may be some further digging you can do based on the case ID, some of this information they give you, so that you can determine what the nature of the crime might have been. Obviously, in the case of the sentencing, you're able to kind of get an idea of the severity of the crime. This whole 99.99 thing, I'm not sure what that's in regard to, unless that means they're in for life. It's hard to say. It's possible, but there's no real way of knowing based on the information they give you, unfortunately. So also no information on parole dates or things like that. You have these minimum serve dates, maximum serve dates for some of these things. Little unclear, not incredibly helpful. Oh wait, here we go. So if we have, okay, down here it says life without parole is the year 3000, which we don't see anywhere here. 29.99 is up to a maximum of life in prison. So again, that doesn't explain these. Perhaps contacting the Department of Corrections, which we have a link for, have a phone number for on our page, they could explain that a little bit more for you or give you more information. So since there isn't too much there for New Hampshire, as far as the regular inmate searches, we'll take a quick look at one other type of search that New Hampshire does, and that's for registration of criminal offenders. Now, there are a couple of different sort of categories that falls into. You have these persons for whom there are warrants, and so that's again based on a name. So this is someone who's out, obviously. If you wanted to search by name, you can do that. Actually, we'll pop something in there and take a look at what that gives us. Okay, so we stuck Smith in here, and then you do have the option to pick more than one location. We've got the Philippines in there as well, oddly, but we'll stick with New Hampshire and see if we get anything. So we have one, and this Ronald Smith. So we do have a photo for this person. Obviously, they want to make sure this person's caught, so they're a little more willing to give you that information, as well as some descriptions, and they also have the offense as well. So that's something a little different from their normal inmate searches. That may be something of interest to you. These other types of registered criminal offenders, that's going to be things like sex crimes and things like that, which most states are more willing to kind of publish information on for the protection of the public. So we'll take a look at one of those as well. So again, you do have the option to narrow down location a little bit, and the location-based search might be more of interest to you if you're doing this kind of search, because these are folks that are out and about and you may be interested in a particular area, even a specific address. So you are able to kind of take a look. This would be helpful if you were looking to move in a particular location, or if you're concerned about someone or a particular, apartment building, something like that. You can kind of narrow it down a little bit. So we'll just do a search based on New Hampshire, and these are some results we have here for Smith. And so they do actually give you date of birth and address, so that information, obviously is a lot more clear than the regular inmate information. Again, it's for your protection. One thing I should mention at this time is that you don't want to use this information for any kind of crime yourself, any kind of revenge or any crime inflicted on the people that are listed here. That's a separate crime all on its own, and you don't want to find yourself listed in one of these inmate pages. So don't do anything that you're not supposed to do with this information. Additionally, you should be very careful using this kind of information for employment decisions, credit decisions, or housing decisions, because there are special types of searches for those FCIA compatible type searches. Make sure that you're covered. Don't use this information yourself without checking with a lawyer to make sure you're doing the right thing. So just wanted to get that disclaimer out of the way. This is, again, someone who is registered as a sex offender. They do give you the information on the criminal history of the person, physical description, and like I say, the address and everything else. Sometimes they'll give you, doesn't look like they have it here, but sometimes they will give you a place of employment as well, so that you have the full kind of picture. And one thing to note with New Hampshire, I think specifically as it relates to these sort of registered sex offenders, is that they only include those who are registered in New Hampshire, like they committed the crimes in New Hampshire, if I've got this right. So it doesn't include people from outside of New Hampshire that may have moved to New Hampshire from another state where they may have committed that kind of crime. So this is not a complete list. It does cover, those who have, again, committed crimes in New Hampshire, but doesn't cover everyone. I don't know whether that's just a reporting thing. It's a specific rule. I'm not sure. But that is something, again, specific to New Hampshire as far as I know, or it's something unusual about New Hampshire. So you're not going to get every single sex offender, those that have moved to New Hampshire, included in this. So in any case, that pretty much covers New Hampshire for us today as we look for inmates and other types of offenders. For links to these websites where you can get that information, some statistics, information on background checks, information on location or contacting specific prisons or facilities, please check out our link below. Thanks very much for watching.